team success. And him being the head of the snake as far as that gets him magnified, obviously. And so it was a great honor for us. And I think everybody does relish in the fact that he's being recognized for what he's done his whole career. And the team is, obviously number one, which reflects well on him.
Some of the ebbs and flows just of the nature of a best of 7. How much do you really anticipate what their adjustments are, or is this early? Is it still primarily just concerned on execution?
A little bit of both. You start to anticipate what you think they may do, so you prepare for those things in case. In a close game like that, where it could have went either way, some teams may look at it like, we could have done some things better, but we were close enough as is. And so, we anticipate a few things, but if they don't do them, we know our basic coverages, and then we have our adjustments as well. So we'll be prepared for a few different looks, a few different things that they could do, and what they did well against us, how to attack some of that. So I think it's adjustments always come into play, regardless if you win or lose. But in a close game like that, you never know if teams will stick to plan A or try to deviate a little bit and do something different.
I mean, what kind of things did you come away from game one with to saying, we've got to improve on this? Because it seemed like a kind of game where you won, but then there was probably a lot of room for improvement. Yeah,
I think areas that we did well in, we want to emphasize those. Getting out transition, offensive rebound, some of the, toughness factor that we've talked about going into the series, mentally and physically. And so, we'd like a little bit less fouling, but they were calling it tight. And so we had to adjust to that. But we want to be physical, and that's part of, our identity. As far as some of the things that we can improve on or that they can do, obviously, Durant's going to come out more aggressive. Irving got away from us a little bit, and we feel like we can defend him better. So we know who they are as far as their guys. Some spacing things they could do differently that we kind of prepare for. But what we've done is try how we can maintain our leads. We got a 15-point lead at one point and 11 going into the fourth quarter, and kind of where it got away from us. So we really dig into that area, what got us the lead, and then how we gave it back. And so there's always things to be learned. And, like I said, you're preparing for adjustments just in case, but we'll see what happens.
Ime, I know you said it was a matter of missed shots and some other things early in the fourth quarter when the offense got stagnant there. When you look back on it, I know that's kind of been a thing that's been an issue for you guys at times this year, the fourth quarter offense, and really just some of the clutch time stuff this year. Is that a concern for you? And what do you think kind of played into it when you look back on it?
Yeah, a little less ball movement than we had in the third quarter. I think we really got out well in transition, and our defense fueled that. So stops help us, obviously, to have a 35 to 24, point quarter. Obviously, we were getting outscoring, and then we were guarding well. Obviously, coming out 15 to 2, they were scoring baskets. We were taking out, and they made some adjustments as far as matchup wise, and that we can attack a different way. And so, really heavily loading up on Jason at times, and so we want to get our spacing a little bit better from there. Do some more off-ball movement and actions that we had success with throughout the year, and we can mix in the ISOs and the cross matches and all that. But we looked at 3 or 4 different ways to attack them, and felt like we only did 2 or 3 of them that well in the first game, especially in that fourth quarter.
What do you think was able to open it up again when you get going again?
Getting some stops, getting out and running, spacing the floor. Obviously, you saw those driving lanes for Jalen. Jason being guarded a certain way opened some things up as well. And then the extra passes and ball movement. It's a team that heavily loads up on penetration, and extra ball movement got us some really good looks, make or miss. And I think that, the extra passes that stand out are Derek making an extra swing to Jalen up top, and some of the dump offs. But then the things we did well were transition and offensive rebound all night. And I think that helped us out in the fourth quarter.
How involved were you in the surprise for Marcus yesterday, and how did you keep him in that room?
I was planning it behind the scenes. Obviously, I knew about it before the coaching staff and the players. And so, I had a decent film session in there, and just wanted to show him some clips, the end of game situation. And he really got into it, not knowing I was just stalling in there. But and so we were talking about a few things, and I was excited to get him out there and knowing what's waiting for him. And so he was shocked and surprised, and obviously happy about it. But he said, I got him good. So it's been a few now, April Fools, a few surprise birthday parties. And we said, let's keep having surprises along the way.
And then as far as adjustments go, is there any benefit to you being on that staff last season? Do you kind of have any insight into Nash and his thought processes?
Yeah, I think there's a huge benefit being around those guys, coaching a lot of the same players. They are different in some ways, obviously Harden being gone and some of the additions that they have, but Durant and Irving are who they are, and I know their mentality and how they approach the game. And so, some benefits as far as me being with them and seeing how they kind of tick and how they've been guarded in the past. As far as, Steve and what they're going to do, like I said, it's a close game. So they may look at it like, a few shots go down, Durant plays better. We don't need to do a whole lot, but we're anticipating a few things. And so there is benefit with the familiarity for sure.
With the point of emphasis on KD, it seemed like you guys would switch no matter what the situation, just to stay in his path and impede his progress. So how important was it to just make him uncomfortable the entire time? Grant said you guys didn't even want him to get a cup of water when he was on the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a talented scorer that you want to stay in his airspace at all times. And we weren't switching everything, but we were doing some things to keep specific matchups on him. And then when he does have favorable ones, we can go after him a little bit there. So, I played against him his rookie year, his first few years in the league, and that's what I tried to do with him, was be physical back then. And he's adjusted to that and grown and seen everything. So it's just a matter of keeping off balance and keeping different matchups. As you saw, several different players guard him, but that's kind of who we are anyway. It's just, some of those shots he had really good looks, and he's going to make at times. You can't get discouraged. Stick with the game plan and, try to be in his airspace. Such a talented scorer, like I said.
Hey, man. Considering the level that you guys have defended this year, how much of Marcus getting that award is a reflection on what everybody's done?
Yeah, it is a team award, and we all feel that way. But individually, that's who he's been throughout his whole career. So for him to be acknowledged, I mean, everybody was thrilled about that. But we all share in this. It's the identity of the team, and he's the leader as far as that, and he sets the tone every night. So well deserved on his part. I saw some other guys on the team got recognition as well due to how well we're guarding as a team, and so not surprised by it at all. One of the best on-ball, off-ball perimeter defenders we have in the league that can do a lot of things guarding 1 through 5. And as I've mentioned, him being who he is allows us to guard the way we do as a team.
Brian Lewis.
Hey, Ime, how you doing? Quick question. I'm trying to figure out, knowing Kyrie the way that you do, from your time there, do you think, A, he's the kind of guy that kind of feeds off of the energy back and forth with the fans? And what did you make of his post-game comments afterwards?
I mean, I think he's a self-motivated guy already. Obviously, has history here with the organization and playing with this team. And so some things happened last year as well. But, I think I wouldn't say move past it. It's still an issue that's coming up. But he's a very motivated, talented individual that didn't play a lot of games this year. And I think big picture is looking at, how he can be successful in the postseason more so than against the Celtics. And so, I didn't hear all the post-game comments. I heard some of them, but we're not worried about that. Obviously, it's a deal he has with the team he's been with. Had a similar thing in Cleveland and, last year at times. And so our focus is guarding him and stopping him from getting 39, not worried about what's going on with him and the fans.
Wrap it up right there. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.